So if you're watching this video, if you are on this channel, chances are you guys like R&B and neo-soul. And today we are going to explore on the acoustic guitar playing fingerstyle the top 3 chord progressions to play R&B and neo-soul. We are going to explain the chord positions, we are going to explain the music theory with keys and chord numbers, and we are going to explain the finger picking patterns and all of the embellishments. Right, before we start guys, just a reminder that you will find tabs and music notation for all of these chord progressions on my Patreon page, both as a PDF file and as a Guitar Pro file. Link to my Patreon in the description below. Now let's get started. Right, the first chord progression goes this way. So in this chord progression guys, you already find some of the most important ingredients to R&B and neo-soul guitar. Right guys, before we continue, I just want to briefly introduce myself in case you're new on the channel. My name is Simone, I'm a London-based musician and content creator, and if this is your first time here, a very warm welcome. If you enjoy the content that you find on this channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. It really doesn't cost you anything, but it helps a lot. And now let's get back to the lesson. We start with a minor 7 chord. It's a C sharp minor 7. This is a classic bar chord. Most of you guys will know it. You will need a bar on the 4th fret and the root is here on 4th fret of the A string. C sharp minor 7. I like to play this with a 4-note arpeggio, thumb, index, middle and ring. But on the final note on the B string, I like to hammer on my 2nd finger. This will give you a nice arpeggio, but also a first hammer-on embellishment, which is one of the unique things of this style. All this is followed by a percussion and a move to an A major 7 played with this interesting open string voicing, which I love, and it's played on the offbeat number 2. So you go 1 and 2 and 3, 4. You play another percussion on 4. As always guys, we try to play these percussions always on the beats 2 and 4. Once you're okay with the first 2 chords, the next 2 really have the same shape. They are both minor 11 chords, which means minor 7th extended to the 11th. And you go F sharp minor 11, which will have the 11th as an open string, it's the note B, and then G sharp minor 11, so you'll need your first finger for the 11th, which is the note C sharp. So you go. Okay, so again it's arpeggios, percussion pluck, and another percussion. Okay, so the first time that I play this chord progression, it goes this way. As you can see guys, whenever it's possible, I try to use my right hand to play ghost notes. But again, all of the details will be available in the Guitar Pro tab on my Patreon page. Second time I play the same chord progression, I don't start with a 4-note arpeggio. I actually start with this plucking, which includes the hammer-on, but also a pull-off of the same finger and the first string to create this melody. Okay, because we always try to also keep in mind what is the arrangement, what is the melody within the chords. Same percussion, same pluck on the A major 7, same F sharp minor 11, and same G sharp minor 11. But just before we come back to the 1 chord, I like to play a diminished 7th passing chord, which is a C diminished 7th, just before heading back to the C sharp diminished 7th. So I like to do it this way. So I like to do my percussion, 3 fingers, and then the bass, the note C, for the C diminished 7th, which is the last chord you need for this chord progression. So the first chord progression goes this way. are, guys, in the key of C sharp minor, so we are starting from the 1-7 chord, heading to the flat 6 major 7, which is A major 7, and then F sharp minor 11, 4 minor, G sharp minor 7, 5 minor. And when we go here, this is really what we call a secondary diminished 7th chord. So this is the upper part of a G sharp 7 altered, which will be the 5-7 of the 1 chord. Okay, so essentially that's a secondary dominant. The music theory analysis with these chord numbers is also included in the tab that you guys find on my Patreon page. Now we are ready for the second chord progression that goes this way. I'm sure you guys have heard this loop many times. But before we get into the analysis of this chord progression and how to play it, let me just remind you that if you guys want to find out all of the best neo-soul, R&B and neo-soul chord progressions that you can play on the acoustic guitar, you can learn them all on my R&B and neo-soul acoustic guitar course, which is linked in the description below as well, and will give you access to over 40 lessons for more than 4 hours of content, which is only available in my course. You will really learn everything you need from embellishments, chord positions, all of the chord progressions with tabs and backing tracks, and a deep music theory analysis to really understand all of the chord substitutions and chord extensions like 9, 11 and 13 chords. So if you are serious about learning R&B and neo-soul acoustic guitar, check out my course at the link in the description below. Right, so in this second chord progression we start with a C major 7. Which we really play as a 4-note arpeggio, percussion, my usual ghost notes. Then I go to a B7, but this is a special B7, because it is a B7 sharp 5, where I do the same type of rhythm. 4-note arpeggio, percussion, ghost notes, okay? Then we go to the E-7 chord, which again, it is a bar chord, just the same as the C sharp minor 7, but this time with the bar on the 7th fret. And all you guys have to do here is a 4-note arpeggio with the usual hammer on with the second finger. This will give you the time to pause this chord, essentially remove your fingers while you do the percussion, and position the next chord, which is an F diminished 7. So the same type of chord as the C diminished 7 that we played earlier, but just on fret 8, your root note is now F. First time that I play this chord progression, I simply play this. Okay, so pretty simple because it's the same rhythm for all of the chords. But the second time, I like to do another cliche of this style, which is taking the diminished 7 passing chord and move it 3 half steps higher with a slide, because that is essentially the same chord, just an inversion of each other. They contain the same notes. So F diminished 7th into a G sharp or A flat, up to you, diminished 7th. So altogether it goes this way. This is the slide that I mentioned, and then you start again. We are, guys, in the key of E-7, so this is the 1-7 chord. We start once more from the flat 6 major 7, which is C major 7. We go to the 5-7 altered, sort of a secondary dominant to the E-7. Then, as we said, the E-7 is the 1 minor. And once more, the F diminished 7th and G sharp diminished 7th really are the upper part of a G7 altered, which is the 5-7 of the chord we are heading to. So that would be the 5-7 of this flat 6 major 7. Okay, guys. This concept is called secondary diminished 7th chord, and it is nothing but a secondary dominant played flat 9 rootless. If you guys are unsure about all of these concepts, again, they are explained in great detail in my R&B and neo-soul course. So this second chord progression goes this way. Ready for the third and final chord progression for today, where we are going to explore more minor 9 and minor 11 chords, and it goes this way. So how does it go? We start now with a G minor 11, where I play a 4-note arpeggio, followed by a percussion and 2 notes of the same chord. I move to an A minor 11, same shape and same pattern. And I go down to D, but this time it's going to be a D minor 9. This is a voicing that I love. 2, 1, 3, 4 is the fingering. And what I do is simply the same pattern, followed by a pluck. So it's a 4-note arpeggio, percussion pluck, another percussion on the beat 4, as always, because we play the percussions on 2 and 4, and then I play a single note and I move the bass note from D to A. If you guys are familiar with these 9, 11 chords, they often are omit 5, so there isn't the 5th of these chords. And by moving this finger to the bass note A, you kind of like get the 5th back in the bass, like in a bossa nova type of vibe. Okay, if you know what I mean. And you can get this walking bass line A to G to start again. So basically, nice and slow, it goes this way. Once more, guys, we are in the key of D minor, so this D minor 9 is the 1 minor 7 chord, which you extend to the 9th. And for these two chords, guys, G minor 11 and A minor 11, they are the 4 minor 7 and the 5 minor 7, they are both extended to the 11th. Nice and simple, 4 minor, 5 minor, 1 minor in the key of D minor. This is a very common chord progression that you will find in plenty of songs. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what was your favorite of these 3 chord progressions, and if you want to see all of the tabs, once more, they are available on my Patreon page as a Guitar Pro tab as well, together with the music theory analysis. If you want to learn more about these chord progressions, check out my R&B and neo-soul acoustic guitar chords at the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.